Good morning, collective, beautiful tarot readers on YouTube, my fellow readers. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Maggie XX Tarot. Hope you're all well. Well, here comes the sun. Doodle-doodle. I woke up in a really good mood this morning, so I wanted to just talk about the up and coming eclipses here, which are quite important for all of us. So I thought I'd do a quick 5 minute reading, just not a reading, but just to discuss some of the ways in which we as a collective can actually protect ourselves. This is going to be just a short and sweet for most of the people that are probably in collective that don't know any of these things. This is probably not going to be for my fellow readers because you all know how to do this. You're all very savvy, and there's a lot of high priestesses within our community that are all amazing, that a lot of followers do follow. So I would encourage anybody that's a subscriber to my channel to actually seek them out. I won't give names on here, as I've said. I don't do that out of respect for my fellow readers, because I don't want anything following them over to their channels or whatever. So anyhow, so we're talking about protection and how we can protect ourselves. This is just very small amount of things that you can do. It's very expansive. Obviously we do all have the internet, so you can go on the internet and check, and it's going to depend on the levels of whatever's happening in your life, collective. Okay, so take what I'm saying here with a pinch of salt, because if you're under heavy sort of attack, and you've got something more sinister going on, that you may require a doctor or may require something more, a professional advice, shall we say, then I would suggest that you go to the relevant person. All right, this is for entertainment purposes only, but it's just very basic. Okay, so how can we as a collective sort of protect ourselves? All right, so what I mean by protection is our personal space, our body, and take it from somebody that's been under attack since I've basically been born, and learning through, the best way to learn is to read, to look up things on the internet, and also to do small courses perhaps. But the very short version here is, obviously we all know three things: visualization, grounding, and cleansing are the three things. So when we're talking about protecting yourself, you're protecting your aura, and you're also protecting your mental and physical, emotional bodies. Okay, so visualization would be initially to, what I have always done is a protective shield. And some of the choices, and this isn't so the people that are chasing me go, oh, we're going to use that, because I'm saying this for a reason, and it's actually genuinely to help people. So protective shield, I use mirrors, okay, sometimes, but I've been changing that protection with my personal space. So you can imagine yourself with the mirrors all around your person, right up to your crown. All right, so if your whole body is surrounded, visualization with mirrors, then anything being sent your way is deflected straight back to the people. And if you've got a team that's very protective as well, then that's great. That's about you individually learning who your guides are, whether it's passed over loved ones, whether it's angels, whether it's some beings from other planets. We've talked about this in the last reading about Lemuria, about some of you could be starseeds, etc. But let's keep it simple. So we're talking about visualization first, which is protecting your shield here. So use mirrors, or another favorite a lot of people do is just visualize yourself, your body. If you know your body, if you're sitting on the floor or wherever, visualize your body, all of it right out with a massive bubble of white light. Okay, and just imagine that anything being sent your way is bouncing off the bubble that you're in, that you're in a protective cocoon and nobody can penetrate that. All right, So those are two of the things. Obviously, grounding would be the second thing, which is if you're going out in nature to ground, to get them feet on the soil, get them socks, get them shoes off. People think I'm crazy when I sit and I'm, on the grass and oh, there's ants there, and okay, well they're more frightened of me squishing them than they, etc. than I am of getting an ant bite. So grounding very quickly, you can obviously some people like to hug a tree. Okay, just touch a tree, be with nature, be out in nature. If you're lucky enough to be near a beach, is to go and sit on the sand and just be with the wind and the ocean, and just nature in general, to ground your energy. And also wind is a fantastic thing. Whenever there's wind out there, I love it. Really heavy winds. Obviously I've been brought up in an area in my childhood years where wind and rain were constant, and that is great for clearing your aura, just getting them arms and them hands out there and clearing your sort of your auric field with that one. But that would be visualization, I guess. But grounding is more getting the feet out there, getting into nature, getting that energy grounded. Okay, very simple. It's very simple stuff. If you need to know more, then you'd need to go to the relevant people or research that yourselves, guys. Okay, so visualization, grounding, and the third thing is obviously cleansing. And cleansing is just, when you talk about cleansing, all right, we can talk about, everybody can put that little bit of sea salt into their baths, all right, just a pinch, because I have known people that have overdone that and they've been very, very ill from it. So just a pinch of sea salt, or just any salt in general, it doesn't have to be the coarse type, all right. So, or you can cleanse by using Palo Santos, sage, anything like that. It can be a lot more than that. You can go into all the sort of resins and the dragon's blood, and sort of I'm trying to think of the other ones. Frankincense, myrrh. When you ground them down with certain things, it can also help, but that's another story. So that's the third thing, which is cleansing. Okay. So you've got visualization, grounding, and cleansing, and also I'm a great believer with sort of my crystals and things like that. So I tend to use, as you know, on my channel, I've got a crystal heart as my logo, and I tend to use a lot of amethyst in my house. I don't have my things around me at the minute, but yeah, or you can use, because amethyst is a good one, it tends to deflect, but also amethyst can absorb. All right, so you would then need to look at, these are things that you can put around your home, around your bed, etc. So they tend to absorb any negative vibrations that are around. Now, everybody's opinions of crystals will be different, so don't all get on my grill. Okay, so yeah, they will absorb that negative energy and sort of repel it. It's good for that. But some that you can carry around in your purse or in your bra, put a tiny little stone of black tourmaline or black obsidian. I've got a large piece over here that I put on my thingy's desk there. This is raw form of black tourmaline. Okay, and this is really, really good for sort of, again, protecting you. It's a very protective energy and deflection as well. Okay, the use of crystals is great in a lot of different things, but that would be another story. We can go into this in depth, but remember, when somebody is sending negative energy your way, all right, it's never necessarily about you. Or it can be, whether you're a reader, whether you're in the collective, the people for things. I've learned this very, very young, okay? It's the projection of the person's negative emotions towards the collective, towards you, right, who I'm talking to today. This stems from jealousy, from anger, and from resentment. All right, and these are all negative emotions, but emotions sometimes, depending why and what's caused that. But 9 times out of 10, it's absolutely nothing to do with you as a person, okay? It's about how that individual feels about themselves, and this is what we need to think about and take on board. This is my opinion of it, all right? And trust me, I've had so much of that through my life. I do know what I'm talking about, all right? So this can, if you let it go, can have, it's like the psychic attacks is actually classed as an assault on your mental and emotional being. It is an assault, and the more deeper attacks are breaking spiritual laws and breaking a lot of different things out here, all right, that will bounce back to that person if they don't stop, right? Now, if you've got all the protection in the world and they're going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper to still send things, they are going to end up in a whole lot of trouble that they will not get out of. So just remember, guys, it's not you. It's not you, okay? Whatever it is, it's not you. It's, say somebody's sitting watching me now and you're the one sending me the emotions. It's you. It's you that has a problem. It's not me, it's you. Because you do not listen to your own guides, your own, to stop, all right? You're the ones with the problem, all right? So the same for collective. If you don't stop sending these things to collective, then it's you that it's going to bounce back on. Sometimes if you're under attack, okay, you will get, these people have got some serious consequences to face, let me tell you. And it's very detrimental what some people do. They don't realize it. Depends how strong your mind is, all right? Because the emotional and the psychological effect that can have on an individual is very, very serious if you don't have a strong mind, okay? A strong mind is very, very important. And what I mean by that is not allowing these negative thoughts to get in. You're not good enough. You're not worth it. You're too fat. You're too thin. You're ugly. You're this. You're that. You're that. Right? You're not good enough at this job. Go away. You know, etc. That is not you. That is people putting those negative thoughts there. That's not about you. This is somebody, it's like a form of deflection, okay? It's a form of a deflection onto you. And it is an assault. It is an assault. And there are spiritual laws and things in place that are there for a reason, okay? But a lot of these people don't care that they're doing that, and they don't care what they're doing. They're just out to gain, especially with you talented people in the community here on YouTube. You're so talented and so gifted and so going places. You're young. If you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, 20, 30, 40, 50s, you're still young, you guys. And you're going places. So listen to me. Don't let any of that get to your heart. Don't let it get to you, right? Because the minute you let it get to you, they've won. They're in your head, right? They're allowing their feelings about themselves to be deflected onto you, okay? Certain psychic attacks will make you will have a sickness all of a sudden. Remember, if you're genuinely sick or have any of these things, please see a doctor or a nurse or some relevant professional, okay? This is for entertainment purposes only. If you have any serious things that I'm about to mention, then you may need to go to somebody, okay? Sometimes you get an immediate feeling of sickness. Not like at the moment because the sun's so hot and we're all feeling hot. We're all sweating. There isn't one person that isn't feeling icky and sticky and sweaty. Everything, the sweat's running down your back, and you're not, you can feel sick when you're under attack. There's fatigue. There's negative thoughts. That's the big one. That's where these things always start when you're under attack. The negative emotion, the negative things they put in your head, all right? Paranoia, right? Disturbing dreams, nightmares, installing fear. Guys, the fear is not your fear, it's these other people's fears, okay? All right, so some of the ways you can stop that is obviously realize in the dream, I've said this before, don't be signing anything, don't be eating anything, don't be having any form of sexual relations in a dream state, all right? Unless, say for example, that's another story, but it depends on the individual and maybe your partner or whatever, okay? So because certain entities and things will use that as a way in, okay? So there's nothing to fear except fear alone, guys. Listen, there's nothing to fear except fear itself. And remember one thing, when we're talking about dreams, nothing can hurt you. Nothing can hurt you. It's the fear. It's the fear that keeps it growing and growing and growing. And it's the fear in the dream state. Okay? The only people that can hurt you is the ones that are living. All right? The ones that are here. Stand firm when you have fear. Refuse to give in to the fear. All right? Some of you, if you believe in God, you can use the scripture verses. Say them prayers out loud. Shout them from the rooftops. Shout them from the rooftops if you have to. All right? All the other things, like I said, visualization, grounding, and cleansing. All right, guys. This is only a little 5-minute thing. Don't proclaim to be a doctor. I am a nurse, okay? But if you have any of these debilitating and it's got worse, then you may need to see somebody. I don't proclaim to be Reiki. There's Reiki healers on YouTube. I don't proclaim to be a chosen one. I don't proclaim to be a high priest, high priestess, high priest. I've turned male all of a sudden. Do not absorb other people's negative vibration. And that goes for words. Words that they're saying about you. Words that they're spitting like venom, right? It's not about you. It's about how they feel about themselves. Okay? And a lot of readers do encounter this at some point. Remember, and rumours, let them tell their let the gums flap, blah, la, 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 la. Deaf ears. Deaf ears. Because what happens when it's a rumour about a tarot reader, about you in the collective, the more they don't get a reaction, the more that rumour gets worse. The more it gets more detailed with wrong information. The more it's like Chinese whispers, goes from one to the next, that adds a bit, to the next, that adds a bit, to the next, that adds a bit, when the rumours are not true in the first place. Laugh. Put your music on, dance around your house, go out, ground with nature. Don't. Oh, there you go. Sneeze. Don't give in to this, guys, okay? Don't give in to it. Remember, rumours are carried by haters, spread by fools, and accepted by idiots. Yes, accepted by idiots. And that's the least you deserve from me. Yeah. And on a personal note, I'm going to have another sneak. Oh, bless me. Oh my Lord, it is just, it's so hot, guys. It's so hot here. You wouldn't mind. I don't think anybody on this planet would mind, as long as we had a nice swimming pool. We could all jump in and out in a blooming hot tub, you know. But this is like sticky, icky weather, and it's across the planet, really. Yeah, so that's what I've got for you today. Very short and sweet. If you need more information on that, please look to, if you're under heavy attack, please look to a reputable white witch, tarot reader, medium, Reiki healer, a lot on YouTube here. I would so love to give you names of people that I follow, people that I've got a lot of respect for, that I like their videos, but it's I can't, because of the particular types of groups and people that chase me, and it's about a professional courtesy and about respect, and I have been asked via email for that, and I'm not falling for that either. So the reason that prompted this was I've got a fucking zoo of things that have been trying to get in here just lately. You know, the spiders, the snakes, I had what could be depicted as some sort of weird looking guardian last night in my room, and it is a guardian. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I didn't feel fear, I didn't feel frightened, I felt guardianship. But I don't understand this sort of looking animal, but I just went back to sleep. I said my thing. I knew then that it wasn't bad, so I just went back to sleep after that. So with these 2 new eclipses coming up, guys, you need to just remember visualization, grounding and cleansing. And if you need more information than that, please go to some of the beautiful souls here on YouTube, because they do know what they're talking about. And like I said, I don't consider myself anything. I don't give myself a title. I'm just a nobody, okay? Let's call me nobody. Maggie's nobody, Seraphim Tarot, okay? I'm just trying to do what I need to do. When I'm guided to bring out a video like this, I'll do it. Remember, it's not you. And I could give you this little story. Many years ago, I was just 13. Now, we all know that there's guidelines now for doing readings, and people, you've got to be a certain age, right? Well, legally anyway. So when I was about 13, my first encounter of sort of tarot readings was, there was these people coming to our area that we lived back then, and nobody wanted this group because they were tarot readers, and it was a very churchy, okay, sort of community, and they tried to stop these sort of, what do you call it, when they ban them, and they tried to stop this group of readers, because they classed them as witches, coming to the local hall to do readings for people. And I remember seeing the notice as I passed. I was walking down the street, and I remember reading it in the paper, and I thought, no, I wasn't supposed to be there, but I went in anyway. I've always been a bit stubborn. Don't tell me not to do something that includes my family, because I'll just go ahead and do it. And I went in, and I'm giving you this information for a reason. And there was a lady there, and she called herself Morgana, okay? And I got a reading from Morgana, and Morgana said that a lot of them came circling around me when I was getting this reading, and she said to me, Maggie, remember 2 things in your life, and I'm going to say this to you in the collective. If people are sending stuff to you, remember 2 things, or saying things about you, right, now or in the future. People talk about you continually for two reasons. They are jealous of you, or you've done something and you know that already, and you know about it. And I took that and I've kind of lived by that throughout my life. And I've never been sure of what my purpose is, and I do now. And it's taken a long time to get there. And all I want to do is to keep people safe. I like to see everybody win. I'm not a greedy person. Like, somebody tried to cause conflict between me and another reader at one point because she was going to use some words that I was doing with my deck. And I had said, well, no, and I did a video on that. What do you want, a showdown between me and another reader publicly on YouTube because she chose to use a couple of words that I've used? Or put some names on t-shirts? No. Okay. But back to the energy that I'm talking about. Protect yourselves, guys. Because learn from me at this age. If you don't, there is not a... There's, people will take advantage and keep doing it. I've spent my life in groups, right, where I thought people genuinely wanted to help me, wanted to do something nice for me, and I've sat there and they've taken and I've left and I've learned nothing. Nothing. I've had friends. If you're wondering why I self-isolate while I like being on my own, it's because every person in my life has done these things. And I've always stuck by that. Either you've done something and you know about it, or they're jealous of you if they continually do this. And to you readers as well, it's a form of jealousy, which is a form of spiritual attack. All right? Protect yourselves, guys. Please protect yourselves. And I don't talk about a lot. Everybody, you don't tell me about what's going on in your life because I don't want to emotionally dump everything on you guys. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to try and give my knowledge base, what I have and what I don't have, and combine that with the tarot and combine that with my experiences of life. So you 20, 30, 40s, 50-year-olds don't need to continually go through it. All right? And whatever people say to you, let it bounce off. Let it bounce off, guys. Okay? Visualization, grounding, cleansing. And remember. Rumours, my guides are laughing. Shut up. Okay. I go off on a tangent, and this is real me. This is why I need to tone it down a bit. Okay. So rumours are carried by haters, spread by fools, and accepted by idiots. All right, guys. This is supposed to be 5 minutes. I'm getting it in the ear now. So take care. Look after yourselves, guys. Much love to you. Fear nothing. Nothing can hurt you. Nothing they can project. It's not you. It's about them. All right. Talk to you later. We'll get them tarot cards out, will we? Take care, guys, and please stay hydrated, stay cool, get them fans on. All right, my loves, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.